Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad KHAIRUDDIN, and I will do the introduction for the group 4. Firstly, I would like to briefly explain about the Malaysian Educational Blueprint. In 2011, the emergence of plan aims to enhance the Malaysian education system, recognizing the important role of learning in national progress and worldwide competitiveness. It aims to foster higher order teaching skills in children, and the main ambition is to boost the standard of education in Malaysia. And for this presentation, we will talk about the impact of thinking skills, leadership skills, bilingual proficiency, and ethic and spiritual on MSU student. We had to pass out questionnaires and we had to do interviews. So in this presentation, we will talk about the finding, analysis for the questionnaires and interviews. That's all from me. I'll pass it to next presenter.
We created 4 questions to the students, and these are the results. So basically from the table above, we can see that superiority has shown that most of the students strongly agree on their sense of morality and ethics. The reason behind this is the students in MSU are mostly religious and they hold on to the moral principle that has been portrayed in every religion. Other than that, only a few students have a different perspective towards morality, so they answered neutral, strongly disagree, and disagree. A reason for this is because some students in MSU were raised in a different environment before entering MSU, which brings the negativity of the previous environment to MSU, in which this behavior will cause an unhealthy circle. Therefore, it is proven that majority of students in MSU have reached the goals stated in the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025, while a few students have relapsed and did not reach the bare minimum in the blueprint, which is to be ethically and morally upright, spiritually grounded, compassionate, and caring.
Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is SITI NURBAHIYAH, and now I'm going to explain about the finding analysis for 2 more criteria. So I'm going to start from ethics and spirituality. So for the question that we have interviewed all participants is about to identify how MSU students would strengthen their ethics and spirituality. So based on our finding, so for the first one is positive impacts. In addition, there are 2 participants that they could provide an opportunity for students from different backgrounds to learn about different cultures and learn to respect. So for the second one is social environment. Some of our interviews said to get the social environment, we need to be respect on each other. So that as a conclusion, there are one of our interviews was said we have supportive friends and positive environment, it could bond your friendship together. So for the analysis, the first one, culture. The majority of our participants agreed that MSU programs expose a lot of culture since we have a lot of international students in MSU, so that we can introduce them our culture. So the second one, respect. The majority of our participants also agreed that they have learned to respect each other, with involve so many activities that are in group, because we would learn how to cooperate and responsive on each other. For the last one is experience. There are one of our participants who was not agreed too much about those programs is useful for spirituality too much. In our opinion, it's maybe because he barely joined this kind of programs.
So these are the 5 questions that were asked to the students, and these are the results. So basically, the data above have shown the percentage of survey that has been distributed to 50 students in MSU to discover their leadership skills while studying in MSU. As we can see that the majority of the majority of students strongly agree that leadership skills have been sharpened while being in MSU. This is due to the fact that coursework in MSU prioritizes group work, which means that everyone needs to have teamwork and, most importantly, leadership skills to lead the group. Other than that, a minority of the students who answer this questionnaire are neutral, and some of the students have answered strongly disagree. This is because some of the students are introvert, which means they are shy or having trouble to communicate with one another, which is why they are lacking the leadership skills, as they are afraid to try and be a leader. Furthermore, majority students in MSU have achieved the leadership skills based on the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025, and minority students have failed to achieve the expectation, which is to be an effective communicator, emotionally intelligent, and able to work across cultures.
Now, we're going to proceed to the next criteria, leadership skills. The objective of the question is to find out how MSc students shape their leadership skills through PEC class. So, based on our finding is, the first one, opportunity. It is because of the short deadline times make them work harder and feel being responsible as leaders to guide other members to complete the task. The second one, step up. For example, there are two of our participants that they felt they need to be forced being a leader to manage the task properly and give to the other members. And for the last point is future. So it will give benefits for us to influence someone or taught someone, especially if you want to be an educator. And for the last part is for the analysis. So for the first one is participant response, which most of our participants said PEC classes help them a lot to improve their leadership skills and communication skills. Since PEC class, we have always need to bring up with our own opinion, or like we have some discussion between the lecturer and the other students, right? So for the second one is the benefits. It will automatically could improve your confidence to speak up on yourself. And for the last one is for the future. There are two of our participants said it will guide them in the future. It's because they want to be a teacher and they want to educate students. So that's all from me. Thank you.
In our report, we have discovered that majority of students in MSU have improved their bilingual proficiency while studying in MSU, but some of them disapprove with this statement. Okay. Based on our analysis, the majority of students agree with this because we know that MSU are high with diversity and with different races and also with different people from around the world. So which mean, in this case, English language is the most appropriate way to communicate with one another. So with that being said, the English language can be improved if they communicate with one another more often. But on the other hand, some of the students disagree with this statement because they are used to the mother tongue language. So when they are used to this mother tongue language, they are having a hard time speaking another language. They are having a hard time to speak English because they are used to this. So this is our analysis.
Alright, so now I'm going to explain about our findings of bilingual proficiency. First of all, this question aims to see how well the students increase their bilingual proficiency in MSU, which is one of the highly demanded skills. For example, MSU have a Korean Culture Association club, and the question was positively answered by the interviewees. the first interviewee, Lisa Engku, from Bachelor in Psychology, she said the Korean Association Club are great for learning new language. For example, the club often hosts K-pop events in which we can watch them singing and dancing. To sum up, all of them agreed that it will help them to gain knowledge in the foreign language and learning about the culture. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the analysis of interview for bilingual proficiency. Based on the findings, the objective of the interview is to find out how the students increase their bilingual proficiency by joining events held by the Korean Association Club. Two of our participants agreed that by joining the events under Korean Culture Association Club would help them to develop their proficiency in the Korean language. From my perspective, this is because they were having fun while learning the Korean language, which will make us less pressure. In conclusion, every MSU student would concur that by joining the Korean Culture Association Club would facilitate learning language in a fun manner. Alright, that's all from me. Now, I will pass it to the next presenter.
Based on our finding in thinking skills category, we have found that the majority of students in MSU agree that studying in MSU have improved their thinking skill. But the minority of the students did not agree with this statement. Alright, so based on our analysis towards this survey, the students that agree with this statement are most likely the one who have the higher IQ level, because the coursework in MSU are group works, assignment, and so on. So those coursework required a high level thinking skill, such as critical thinking skill, problem thinking skill, and so on. So they agree with this statement because they have acquired the level of the high thinking skill. And some of the students did not agree with this statement because every people have limitation. So when people have limitation, they couldn't meet the expectation, the level of the thinking skill that are required in MSU. So to conclude this, some of the students have reached the expectation of Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025, and some of the students did not reach this criteria.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is AQIL and today I'm going to present about thinking skills, finding and analysis of interview. The objective of our question is to assess how by taking basic classes we develop students' critical thinking abilities. For finding, most participants agreed the basic classes facilitate and the development of critical thinking abilities, especially in critical situations. Second, relevancy. According to one interviewee, critical thinking abilities are important to train ourselves with preparing materials to teach students, for example, since we are taking lessons. Another interviewee mentioned how basic classes help with organizing classes and activities. For analysis, I'm thinking about development. Most interviewers reported positive development of thinking skills through basic classes. Another that basic classes encourage active participation and collaborative thinking compared to traditional classroom that is usually teacher-centered. And finally, reflection, like portfolio, allows students to learn more from their experience and be better for themselves. That's all from me. Thank you.
To sum up, our evaluation has revealed the impressive progress being made by MSU students in acquiring essential qualities like critical thinking, leadership, aptitude, fluency in two languages, ethical awareness, and spiritual growth. It has been proven that MSU's alignment with the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 until 2025 is evident. The university is successfully preparing its students to meet the academic demands of the modern world as well as the challenges of real-life situations. As MSU students graduate and enter the workforce or continue their studies, they are equipped to make positive contributions to society which aligns with the goals outlined in the blueprint. Alright, that's all from us. Thank you.